Good morning, friends. I hope you're doing well. It's Friday here in New Caledonia, and I'm stoked for a deload workout. So I'm doing a bit of a deload week right now because now I'm doing a little bit of a more strength-focused training block. Most of you watching probably have seen my Mike Menser video, which is by far my most popular video. But this is not that type of training at all. I've been doing that for almost 2 years, and I still love it. But of course, we can love multiple things. And just because you found one thing that works for you doesn't mean you can't play around. And I still love that sort of training, and I'll definitely go back to it. But right now, I'm kind of keen to see how strong I can get. So I'm going to do a little bit more of strength-focused programming for a while, and then go back to the Mike Menster style training at some point. So in this workout, I'm just going to do 4 exercises, working up to one heavy set, maybe RPE 8, 8.5, 9, something like that. So for 2 of the exercises, I'll just be working up to a normal set of like 3 or something like that. But for 2 of the other exercises, the goal is going to be a little bit different. I've been dealing with a little bit of back pain. I tweaked something a while back, and in doing my rows, I get a little bit of pain in my right QL. So for the rows, I'll still be doing them, but I'm in the process of sort of rehabbing that and working back up to heavy weights. So in this one, I'll still be looking for a roughly RPE 8 to 9 on that set, but instead of going for like a 3 rep max, I'll go for more like an 8 to 10 rep max, something like that. And then I'm going to try out a new pull-up variation that I've never done before. So you'll get to see me sort of struggling through that, trying to figure out the mechanics. And so for that one, there's not a specific rep goal or anything like that. I'm just going to try to practice the movement a bit without getting too fatigued to sort of cancel the point of having a deload in the first place. And with all that said, let's get into it. I'm going to start warming up here, and you can enjoy some nice royalty-free bangers. All right, so that felt pretty good. Very light, just did like 11 reps, trying to get to a feeling for the movement, remember what it feels like. So now we'll work on to these bent over rows, I guess they're called. So first warm-up sets went well. Now I'll load a little bit more weight on the bar and keep seeing how I feel. What are you guys up to this weekend? Got any fun plans going on? Drop them in the comments below. I'd love to see what you guys are into these days. Like I said, it's Friday here in New Caledonia, and so gonna have a little bit of barbecue, gonna have some friends over, and gonna be grilling some parrotfish that I shot recently, and some ribeyes. It should be pretty good, and we'll make some roast potatoes to go along with it. Very, very excited. Those are feeling really, really nice. Man, it's been such a long journey for me to try to gain overhead pressing strength without injuring my shoulders, but we're finally starting to get there. I think I think this year will be the year that I'm finally strong enough to get the handstand push-up. But we shall see. Stay tuned on that one. Oh man, what are some of your goals that you have that are a little bit audacious? I think for the general population, maybe getting the handstand push-up isn't super audacious. Obviously, it's like a rare skill. But you do see a lot of calisthenics bros getting it. And man, I've just really, really struggled for it. I find overhead pressing strength just super, super hard to build. Pressing strength in general. My pulling is just like so much stronger. So much stronger. Like I'm significantly, if you watch my 34th birthday video where I'm trying to do 34 kilo pull-ups and dips, you can see that I'm significantly stronger with the same weight added in pull-ups than I am with dips, which is like, that's not a normal thing. But alas, sometimes if you have a goal, you just got to keep working towards it, no matter how impossible it seems. Maybe I'll find a way to get there, maybe I won't, but I'll definitely get a lot stronger and learn a lot along the way. And yeah, it's just about enjoying the process. Yeah, let me know in the comments what kind of goals you guys are working towards, and what are the things that motivate you that might not seem impressive to other people, but if you get them, you'd feel a massive sense of accomplishment. For me, that would be the handstand push-up. And yeah, eventually trying to be able to overhead press my body weight. That would be incredible. And I think it's achievable, but it might take a long time. My go-to these days, while I'm on sort of a bulking phase and I'm trying to get a bit bigger than I've ever been before, is my homemade bone broth with rice in it. Yeah, amazing pre and intro workout. We got our carbs, we got our collagen. It's cheap as hell and pretty healthy, I would say. And most importantly, it's succulent. So both of those exercises feeling pretty dialed, pretty warm. So I think I'll just stick with just the 2 warm-ups. So I'll load up the working weight on the bar and go for, my sort of top sets for today, for these ones. Yeah. So there are plenty of different ways to do a deload workout. Obviously, the whole spirit of the thing is that you somehow do less work and cause less fatigue so that your body does more super compensation and less accumulating of fatigue than it would during your normal training cycle. So there are tons of ways to do it. The one I'm doing right now is basically working up to a top set and then sort of skipping the volume sort of rep work that I would normally do afterwards. So with my strength programming right now, I would, in any given workout, I would choose 4 exercises and work up to a heavy top set for either somewhere between 1 to 5 reps, whatever I'm feeling on the day. I sort of oscillate through them. And then I would drop the weight off for a bit and try to do 6 to 8 reps for 3 to 4 sets. Again, in that RPE 8-ish kind of zone. So basically I'm just dropping all of the volume work and just working up to a top set so that I'm still sort of practicing the strength, but not accumulating quite as much fatigue. Alrighty, let's get into it. Okay, cool. That felt better than expected. I was aiming for like 3 reps before hitting like RPE 8, but yeah, four felt pretty achievable there. Yeah, yeah, not bad at all. Happy with that. Excellent. Oh man, the whole reason I started this channel is I just fucking love the feeling of working out. It feels so good, no matter what level you're at. Whether you're a total beginner and lifting weights for the first time, the feeling of really trying hard and like succeeding is just, it's just incredible. And like, you never lose that. Like, you know, years down the road, you just keep adding more weight. Obviously, you can't keep adding more weight literally forever. But the point is, you can keep challenging yourself and moving the challenge to meet the demands of your current skill level. And that's what enjoyment really is. So that's what I'm trying to share on this channel. The love for improving ourselves, for trying hard things, and for falling in love with things that just give back time and time again to your life. Getting strong for your life just makes everything better, you know? And it doesn't actually matter how much you actually lift and how far you go towards the actual goals of getting good at lifting. You know, unless you're really, really into that and passionate specifically about achieving those goals. But like, if you just worked out a couple times a week, it's gonna fucking change your life for the better. You're gonna have so much more energy and just so much more stoke for life. Oh, I love it. I love it. All right, what do we got next? Oh, lads, I am buzzing about that one. Yeah, just did, 65 kilos for 8 reps. And yeah, I know that's not a lot of weight. But the most important thing is that my lower back felt fine. And so we're ramping back up to heavier and heavier weights. And, you know, I'm getting stronger, not getting weaker. So super, super happy for that. And it was funny, I was feeling a little bit sorry for myself because like, oh, you know, I hurt my back and it's possible I had like a small bulging disc issue or something like that. But then so it would manifest as acute pain when I like flex my spine, but in sort of non-spinal flexion movements where I'm like holding my back stable, I would sometimes get QL pain. So that's what I'm experiencing here in the rows. And so I'm like, oh, you know, I'm starting to feel sorry for myself. Like, oh no, like I hurt myself. I can hardly do anything. And then I realized that like in my injured low back state, I can still like bend over and touch my palms to the floor with no problem. I can still lift decently heavy weight. I can still play beach volleyball in the evenings. I can still go wing foiling. I can still go trail running and run 30 kilometers. You know, like the baseline level of fitness I have is so much higher than the average person's. And this is not to brag again, but this is just to say that, you know, I actually have it so good because I've been treating my body right for the past several years that even when an injury happens and I feel like, oh, it's a huge setback, you know, I can't deadlift anymore. I can't, you know, squat as heavy as I'd want to right now. Yeah, that's unfortunate, of course, you know, it's setting me back on my goals, but like the whole point of making your body extremely strong, well, again, I'm not extremely strong, but making your body much stronger than it needs to be for daily activities is that you just have a surplus of capacity so that even when you experience the inevitable setbacks, they don't set you back as much as they would the version of you who doesn't strength train, the version of you who doesn't build muscle, the version of you who doesn't improve their cardio. So yeah, at the end of the day, I'm very blessed and I'm very grateful for being able to do this and being so healthy generally. And if there's one thing to take away, it's of course that you too can be a healthier version of yourself if you just improve your habits over time and actually try to stick with them with some consistency over years and over decades. It really pays dividends. It's just so good. I really hope that you experiencing that. But you already know that because you're smart and that's why you're here. And yeah, thanks again for watching. Right, so that was all the work for the overhead press and for the rows. So now I'm going to go to ring dips and pull-ups. And ordinarily, I would just jump into my heavy set of ring dips, and then I would do back off sets later. But because I'm not going to do the back off sets, I'm going to do one warm up to get a little bit more volume, and then I'll do my heavy set of ring dips. And for the pull-ups, I'm just going to experiment because, like I said, I've never really done these ones before. So I'm interested to see how they feel. So I'm trying out those Gironda pull-ups, which are basically a more horizontal version of a pull-up, to try to activate my scapula a little bit more and just sort of do pull-ups in a way that will hopefully transfer a little bit better to the scapular engagement required to do the front lever. Because that's one of my other goals for this year, is to hopefully attain the full front lever at a much heavier body weight than I've ever been before. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, this felt all right. I mean, I'm definitely not getting my chest to the bar on that. Yeah, I want to see if I can change the grip. I'll try supinated and see how that feels. Woo! That was interesting. That was very interesting, that one. The first rep, I think I just came down slightly out of alignment or something, and it just felt super heavy and very difficult. And I was like, oh, there's no way I'm going to get 3. But then reps 2 and 3 just went down, very easily. And I got a fourth one. I definitely don't think that was RPE 9. Yeah, maybe RPE 8 or so. So, yeah, extremely good. Happy with that. 25 kilos on the ring dips. Oh, ça va. We're getting there. We're getting there. I can't decide if that felt better or worse than the overhand. I was able to get the chest to the bar, which I think makes sense. I'm a little bit stronger, but I'm not sure I was as horizontal either. Yeah, I'm gonna try neutral grip left next. But we'll see. Yeah, I don't feel too gassed after that last one. I'll just do another set quick. Because again, for these, I'm just trying a new exercise. So I'm working well shy of failure and just trying to get the reps in. So it doesn't need to be, I don't need to be super well rested because I'm not going extremely heavy. Yeah, I mean, that definitely felt better. That definitely felt a lot better in terms of like the back position. Back position feels very good like that. I do think it'll be challenging on my grip though. Yeah, we'll see. Well, I think I'll rest up another minute and give these one more set. Thanks again for watching, folks. Hope you enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments if there's anything else you'd like to see in the coming weeks and months on this channel. Yeah, I think while I rest for this, I'll do a little bit of my high intensity stretching because I'm not going to run today and I'd like to get a little bit of stretching in. So I'll show you what that looks like. You can just very easily fit it in between sets while you're working out as well, as long as the sets aren't extremely high intensity.